don't want to see you. How many times do I have to say it? Because there's no point. We have nothing to say to one another. I am thinking of David. Why can't you just let this drop? All right, but this is the last time. Fine, 1 o'clock.
I think you can tell a lot by the way a man dresses.
What do waistcoats tell you?
Depends on the waistcoat. And the man.
Let's try and keep staff relations on a professional level, shall we?
Morning.
Oh, I'll be 2 ticks with your box.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the campus?
Can't a man give his wife a lift?
Oh, and they said romance is dead.
She had a flat battery.
Did you give her a jump?
Emma.
What? I like a jump first thing in the morning.
Dr. Granger and Nurse Claire to the practice manager's office, please. I'd like a word.
Oh, it scares me to death, that thing.
Why do we need this stupid intercom?
It's like the tannoy we used to have at school.
It's really insulting being called like that.
Summoned to the headmaster's study.
What have you two been up to?
Oh, bit of hanky-panky behind the bike sheds.
Right, much later to leave. Yeah, I've got a proper job to go to. Pick up later.
Go on then, you can't keep the headmaster waiting.
You have to stop doing this, David. You're going to make yourself ill again.
I wasn't doing anything.
You were eavesdropping.
Yeah, well, I can do what I like. It's my house too.
I don't care what you do, but please, just stop being so secretive about everything.
Why? You are.
All right, yes, I'm sorry. Talking about things isn't easy for me. It never has been. But I am trying, David. Please.
Who are you talking to?
What?
On the phone.
No one. Someone from work.
Who?
It doesn't matter. They had some problem they couldn't sort out for themselves.
You're a liar.
Oh, David. Are you taking your medication? You know what happened the last time you stopped?
I didn't say that I'd stopped.
No, you never say anything. You keep it all bottled up inside.
Well, so do you.
I'm not the one who's ill. I'm sorry, David, but this is serious. All this creeping about and spying on people is fueling your paranoia.
It's not paranoia.
The delusions, the voices, the hallucinations. Do you want all that again?
Then stop lying to me.
What about Dr. Clay? If you won't talk to me, will you talk to him?
This isn't about me.
You said you trusted him.
Yeah, well, he doesn't lie to me.
So you will talk to him?
Mrs. Thomas is an old friend of mine. She's had a problem with her old surgery.
What sort of problem?
She felt like she was being forgotten. She's got severe emphysema and she's housebound. She'll need a good care plan and regular home visits. And I'd appreciate it if you two went the extra mile on this one.
You want us to go together?
With your warmth and Daniel's charm, ideal combination.
I think that Mandy would be better.
I'm not sure.
Is there a problem?
I've got quite a heavy caseload.
It would mean a lot to me.
Maybe one of the other doctors.
Her husband saved my life.
Right.
I booked you both a home visit for this afternoon.
Do we have to go together?
I thought it would be a good idea. You'll like her. She was a Navy nurse. In fact, I suspect she was quite like you when she was younger. A bright young nurse and an attractive doctor fussing over her. There can't be a better medicine than that.
I guess.
Oh, one more thing. She can be a bit of a flirt.
Right.
So if you could humour her a bit. Within reason, of course.
Of course.
You don't mind?
Of course he doesn't. It's what Daniel does best.
Daniel's face was a picture.
I do not think I will ever get used to that intercom. I'm sure Mr. Bellamy knows what he's doing, but I wonder if it is such a good idea.
Jerry hates it.
How is Nurse Clay?
She's fine. Why?
Oh, forgive me for asking, but is there any truth in the rumors?
What rumours?
I am sorry, Dr. Clay, but Mrs. Hollins is not the most discreet of people.
Oh, she's fine.
So it is true. You are trying to start a family.
We're trying.
Oh, that is wonderful news. You must be very happy.
Yeah, I am. I think it's the happiest I've ever been.
Jerry? When do you want to do Mrs. Thomas's care plan?
Never.
I don't like the idea of us working together any more than you do.
So why didn't you say no?
Because I couldn't.
Daniel, you're a partner.
What, after he told me the woman's husband saved his life?
You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Me? What about you? Flirting is what Daniel does best.
Well, it's true.
Look, we have to do this. So try and be professional, if you can manage that.
Have you been taking your medication? David, come on, have you?
I don't know. I get confused. Sometimes I forget.
Well, I thought you and your Aunt Chloe had a routine.
Yeah, I'm not talking to her anymore.
Why not? What happened?
She's a liar.
She was your best friend.
Yeah, well, that was before. Anyway, she's gone now. He made her go.
Your dad, why would he do that?
She was trying to take Mum's place.
No, David, Chloe was looking after you when your mum was in hospital.
That's what she wanted us to think. She killed my mum.
David, your mum died of cancer. No one killed her.
They did it together. Her and Dad. They betrayed her.
I'm sure they wouldn't.
It's true. She told me.
Who, Chloe?
No. My mum. She said that was why she stopped fighting the cancer.
Your mum told you that's why she died. When did she tell you this?
After she died.
She, still talking to you?
Sometimes.
Does anyone else talk to you? Do you remember how we talked about the voices and how they aren't always who they say they are, sometimes how they lie to you?
Everyone lies. Except you. You're the only one who tells the truth.
The voices that went away when you were on your medication.
I can't take my medication.
Why not? Look, David, if you don't take your medication, you might end up in hospital. That's not what you want, is it?
It makes me sleepy. I need to stay awake.
Okay, well, we can look at...
I can't trust anyone.
I have a proposition.
Sounds interesting.
Why don't you and I slip away for a decadent lunch?
How decadent?
Disgracefully decadent. The Icon has a 3-course special for £25 and a perfectly sinful sticky toffee pudding. We could push the boat out and have a glass of wine as well.
Oh, drinking in the afternoon makes me go all silly.
All the better.
Well, if anything happens, I hold you responsible.
I will take that as a challenge.
Some people never learn.
What?
No, nothing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Do I smell a touch of romance in the air?
There better not be.
Mr. Mackay, can I have a quick word, please?
Why do you have to talk to him?
It's about your medication.
That's it?
Yep.
Promise?
Yeah, promise.
David, just sit down as quick as I can.
Something happened between David and his aunt.
Why? Did he say something?
I can't really say.
Has she been here to see you?
Why?
I'm sorry. She's been impossible ever since Margaret died.
Really? She was always so good with him.
Well, she isn't anymore. She won't stop telling me what to do, then we end up fighting. It's bad for David. I had to tell her to go.
Is that what's upsetting him?
I don't know. Maybe. He's having all these wild ideas. I think he's hearing voices again.
Does he talk to you about it?
He won't talk to me. Ever since his mother died, he's anxious and suspicious, like I'm the enemy.
He could be projecting his anger onto you. It's obviously hit him very hard.
Hasn't been easy on me either.
You should try and get him to open up.
I know.
It's a shame about Chloe. She had a real knack for getting him to talk.
I don't care. I don't want that woman anywhere near him.
So, 1 o'clock then.
Can't wait.
Heston. What are you doing?
Nothing.
You know she's married.
Who, Emma?
Yes. And you just asked her out.
Well, we're having lunch.
Sounded like a bit more than lunch to me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why are you doing this, Heston?
I always ask the new doctors out to lunch.
Even locums?
One tries to be welcoming. Do you have a problem with her?
I'm having second thoughts. I don't think she's going to work out.
Well, I think she's rather perfect.
I meant professionally.
So do I.
I don't think she's going to fit in.
A lot of us felt that about you at first, Howard.
Thanks anyway. Excuse me. Where is he?
I'm sorry?
My son.
Oh, he must have gone out while I was in the ladies' room.
He keeps doing this. He just goes off without saying anything.
I am so sorry. I did not realize you wanted me to keep an eye on him.
It's all right, Mrs. Denby.
I have no idea where he goes. I'm really worried he's going to do something stupid. I've looked everywhere I can think of.
Shouldn't you do something? Call the police?
It's not a child.
Why didn't you call me?
Because it's none of your business.
I've done everything you asked, Julian. I'm trying to make it right.
You can't.
I just want to see David.
No.
You and he are the only family I have left.
I said no.
I gave up my job to look after him and you.
No one asked you to.
We can't go on like this.
Then stop calling me.
We have to tell him.
What?
About us.
No.
If it's out in the open, he might...
Oh, that's your answer to everything, isn't it? Get it all out in the open. Well, you're wrong. Some things are better left unsaid.
He might already know.
He doesn't.
I had no idea that the mill had such hidden treasures.
Well, the icon isn't the Palais Royal, but it does have a certain rustic charm.
I was thinking more of you. So much more interesting than I had expected.
I see it as my duty to bring a certain degree of taste and sophistication to the mill, a sort of mission civilisatrice.
Well, you certainly bring something to the table.
Yes. Speaking of which, glass of wine?
Well, I suppose one won't hurt. Go on, twist my arm.
I just think it's a little bit suspicious that you're suddenly so desperate to have a baby.
I'm not desperate and it's not sudden.
Really?
I've wanted to have a baby for a long time.
You know, you want to be careful. Keep lying to yourself, you forget what the truth looks like.
I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
Jimmy's my mate.
Yeah, and he's my husband, and what we do is none of your business.
Fine.
So let's keep it professional, okay? If you can manage that.
You know what? I'm trying to help you. A little bit of self-honesty can make a huge difference.
Just because you're having therapy, Daniel, doesn't mean everyone does.
You need something, sweetheart.
For all the days when my car's been for a service.
Julian.
Howard was at pains to let me know you're married.
Was he?
Is that a problem?
Not a problem for you.
A woman of mystery, how delightful.
What about you? Haven't you got any little secrets I should know about?
Well, if I told you, they wouldn't be secrets, would they?
Mysteries all round. You know, I thought you were gay when we first met.
What made you change your mind?
The way you flirt.
Is that what I've been doing?
Well, that's what Howard thinks you've been doing.
Is it?
Oh, come on, you've done everything you can to make Howard jealous.
Possibly.
Poor Howard. He gets so tormented.
He does rather ask for it.
All the more reason to carry on, then. Don't you think?
I do.
You're a wicked man, Dr. Carter.
As are you, Dr. Reed. To a beautiful friendship.
I'm his aunt. I have a right to see him. You can't just freeze me out of your life.
Dr. Clay, did you see them?
David, what are you doing
Did you see them?
Yeah.
So you see, I wasn't imagining it.
You're imagining what?
He said that it was someone from work, but it wasn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was her. She phoned him this morning. I heard him talking to her, but he lied about it. Why?
I don't know.
It's because he's still seeing her.
Look, they had lunch. It's not a conspiracy.
Can't you see what's going on? She never comes around anymore. He never talks about her. He pretends that he isn't seeing her when actually he is. Why?
No, I think you may be blowing this way out of proportion.
Because he doesn't want me to know that they did it.
Did what?
It. Sex. They had an affair.
How do you know?
Hurry, come on. No, he's not. No, I know he's not. No, he wouldn't do that.
David.
She's gone.
Who?
She says that you're lying to me too.
Who, your mum?
She thinks that you're one of them.
No, look, I'm not lying to you, and your father isn't either.
And then why are they fighting?
Because they're worried about you.
Well, this isn't about me. And it's not one of my delusions, so don't say that it is.
Doesn't make sense.
When my mum was in hospital, Aunt Chloe, she moved in with us.
Yeah, because she wanted to
She
look after
spent all her time with him, and then suddenly, she was gone.
you. Well, after your mum died?
I don't remember, but he never talks about her, and he won't let me see her. It's like he doesn't care about her anymore. Why?
Well, maybe...
It's because he's afraid that she'll say something, that she'll let something slip. Look. You see what they just did? Something happened between them, and now they're trying to hide it. Something that they don't want me to know about.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does. He's trying to end it, and she doesn't want to. I mean, that's what people do when they're breaking up. They slept together, and now they're trying to hide it from me.
You don't know that.
I do. I heard it.
Well, you heard voices.
Not voices. I heard their voices. They were doing it. I heard them.
David, what if the voices were lying to you?
No, you're the one who's lying. Your mum's right. You're on their side.
No, David. David!
It's just your voices.
It's not true.
Calm down, David.
You hear things all the time.
It's lies. It's all lies.
Chloe and I were just having lunch.
I know he's lying. Stop screaming at me.
One is screaming.
They scream all the time.
David, who are you talking to? Please.
No.
For God's sake, tell him.
Don't.
Can't you see what this is doing
No.
to him? I'm sorry. It's true. But it was only once, and we never meant to hurt you.
You killed her.
No.
She knew. She knew all along. That's why she won't leave me alone.
David, please.
That's why she screams at me. That's why they all scream. Oh, get them out of my head. Make them stop. I want them out of my head. Get them out of my head!
Call an ambulance.
No.
Do it now. David. Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Why did you tell her that we were married?
I didn't.
You didn't deny it.
The woman's up to her eyeballs on medication, Cherry. She was confused enough as it was.
She was confused because you didn't stop flirting with her.
I was doing what Howard asked me to.
He said be nice. He didn't say have her on the sofa.
We were fooling around, just because you don't know where to draw the line.
You're so pathetic.
You know, sooner or later, you're going to have to deal with that.
I don't want to go.
Don't hurt him. Can I go with him?
No, you can come with me. Just wait here a second. You okay?
Don't be too hard on Julian. It's mostly my fault.
Does that hurt?
I didn't mean to do it. I felt so lonely. Julian's always been...
I think it's just bruised.
My sister used to joke that I'd steal him one day. When he touched me, I should have been stronger.
Look, what the two of you did together is no one's business. But there's no excuse for what you've done to David.
I wanted to tell him.
Well, you should have, because he knew, he heard.
He did.
Yep, he's known all along. Now he thinks everyone's lying to him, even me.
Pleasure to see you, Mrs. Royal, as always.
Nice lunch.
Very nice, thank you. And before that little tongue of yours starts wagging, it was just lunch, nothing more. And that's all it ever will be.
Is it all right? Well, that doesn't look good.
Dr. Carter to the practice manager's office?
I could really get to hate that thing.
How is he?
He's not good.
Can I see him?
He doesn't want to see you.
It was one night.
Mr. Mackay, I don't care what you did or why. People make mistakes, fine, it happens. But lying to your own son, telling him it was all in his head.
I couldn't tell him. You know what he's like.
He's ill, he's not stupid.
I didn't want to upset him.
What, do you think he's not upset? This whole thing has been driving him crazy, literally. You've been tormenting him. You told him it was his voices.
Sorry.
Were you trying to push him over the edge?
No.
All you had to do was tell the truth. You couldn't do that, could you? Not even for your own son.
Do you really want to get entangled with the married woman?
I'm not getting entangled.
How do you know? You don't know anything about her.
Do you?
No, but what I do know is that these things turn out badly.
Well, that's not true. These things often turn out rather splendidly.
What about the risks?
What risks? I enjoy Dr. Reed's company. She enjoys mine.
Heston, think of the effect an affair would have. The workplace tension? After all the trouble we've had.
Which was a direct result of your inept handling of a very sensitive situation.
What?
At the moment, Howard, the only person causing workplace tension is you.
But I cannot accept that it is right for that man to have a relationship with his sister-in-law, even if it was one time.
Well, that's not all right, but it's no big deal, Mrs. Tembe. These things happen.
But there is no excuse for that kind of behavior.
No, there's no excuse for lying. Much worse torturing his own son.
Yes, that was a terrible thing to do.
What a day. Right, I am gonna pick Cherry up, drive home, and crawl gratefully back into my boringly normal little life.
Do not joke about that, Dr. Clay. Sometimes that is all we need. Good night.
There.
When are we going to finish the care plan?
Not now.
When are you going to get over this?
When are you? Just because you don't know when to draw the line.
Well, you don't.
So this was all my fault, was it?
Well, I'd say in the ripping the clothes off department, the honours were pretty even.
I don't need to listen to this.
I don't know where you get off treating me like this. I've lost everything. You haven't. And all I'm doing is asking you to behave like an adult so we can work together.
That's what people do when they're breaking up. They slept together, and now they're trying to hide it from me.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
So, how was Mrs. Thomas?
Good. Yeah, you were right about what you said about the flirting. She gave as good as she got.
Yeah, she always did. By all accounts, she caused havoc when she was younger. Cherry, how was it?
Yeah, fine.
Well, at least something's gone right today. Need a lift?
Jimmy's picking me up.
Jim?
Look, just until you're better, and to ensure consistent medical attention.
Yes?
Why don't you come and stay with me?
I've had my eye on you since your days as a surgeon.
Alas, I was always very busy.
The Tembes of Habarone do not.
back down. I'm from the Black Country, Bab, so bring it on.
Why don't you drink your tea, pack up your little home and be on your way?